Welcome back. Thank you for coming. Okay, so we've learnt a lot in the last few videos. So what does all this mean? Why are we here? What are we doing with our lives? What is our purpose? Now, people go around their whole lives wondering what their purpose is, what career they're meant to do, what they're meant to do with their lives, how do they make a difference in the world. And it actually is all pretty simple. For all of us, our purpose is to forgive everything, learn to love everyone, and particularly ourselves, unconditionally, so that we can ultimately wake up to God's love. That's our purpose for all of us. Now, as far as career or what you do with your life, that will all come naturally when you follow love, when you focus on love, and then you'll just follow your heart. As far as your career and personal life, it's really just about following your heart. And when you do that, and you continually let go of fears, let go of judgments, give them all to the Holy Spirit, ask it to undo its effects, and help you focus on love and forgive, and trust and follow the Holy Spirit's guidance, it all works out. For instance, for me, the more I focus on love and other than fear, the more I hand over any judgmental thoughts, any fearful thoughts, any worries, the second they occur, I hand them over to the Holy Spirit. And things have been going a lot smoother in all areas of my life. So, which is another reason I'm happier than ever. And I want the same for you. So with everything I've told you in the previous chapters, keep giving those judgments and those fears away, and focus on love. That is our purpose. Now, you might be thinking, well, okay, I can do that, but I know there's a lot of people that are not doing that. And, I think that's true, because when we look at our world and the things that are happening in it, some pretty, seem to be terrible things. Clearly, too many of us are focused on fear and judgment. That's why we've created the world that we've currently created. There are good things too, so obviously we are focusing on love, at least to some extent, but we could do better. So by all of us, or as many of us as possible, focusing on love and giving away those unloving thoughts, we will start turning things around. Now, I know you're probably thinking, when you think of things like the wars that are going on, the famine, and really terrible things like that, it seems like you don't know how to help, and you can't help. It seems too big. But I promise you, it's all, what we see is a projection of our internal state. So the fact that these bad things are happening means we are focused, at least some of the time, on the negative, that we're judging, that we're fearful, that we're feeling guilty. And that's what's creating these bad things. And so by giving those away and focusing on love, we will create a more loving earth. And when it all seems very overwhelming and you really can't see how this could work, just remember, this is all a dream. Remember that feeling sometimes when you wake up from a nightmare, and just that moment you wake up and you go, oh, thank God, it was just a dream that didn't actually happen. Everything's fine, it's okay. That's how it's going to feel when we wake up from this. Oh God, it was just a dream. None of that actually happened. We never left God. Now we're in this perfect love, this perfect joy, this perfect happiness. Thank God that dream, when we weren't in it for so long, when we felt fear and fearful and guilty, thank God that was just a dream. So yeah, that's what's happening here. And when you put it in that perspective, it's a lot easier to see that, and to be more positive about the world and about our lives. Now, you might also be thinking, well, there are a lot of people that aren't focusing on love. So what's the point in me doing it if everyone else isn't doing it? Every time a person chooses love over fear, you help everyone. Because all our minds are joined, because we all make up the Son of God. So if I start thinking more lovingly, that ripples out to everyone else's minds that I'm connected to, and that inspires other people to be more loving, other people to be more happy. And I've seen that in my life as I've become happier internally. All my interactions most of them seem to be happier. Other people seem happier to me, not complaining as much and not being as negative, or at least the people around me are. And so, I really believe that my focus on love and joy and happiness is rippling out, and yours can too. So don't worry about whether or not other people, what they're focusing on. Don't be scared that they're going to ruin anything, or that they're going to prevent us from getting to the happy dream and ultimately waking up. It's definitely going to happen. It's already happened. So no one can ruin it. You just keep focusing on your thoughts. Keep bringing them back to love. Keep passing anything unloving to the Holy Spirit to undo the effects and to teach you a more loving perspective. If you keep doing that, you're moving in the right direction and you are going to be happier. Now, one thing that I've noticed is when really bad things happen, naturally people react with anger or fear. Now, we have to remember that anger and fear that we react with, even though it's very understandable, it's not helping. So when you see people angrily protesting, even if they're being peaceful, that anger is not helping. Okay, so that's why it's so important, when we feel that anger come up or the fear, we got to hand that over to the Holy Spirit and ask to see it in a more loving way, and just remember, this is a forgiveness opportunity. And, I'm choosing to go to a protest. Let's just say, if that's something you choose to do, I'm going to do that with gratitude for the opportunity. Gratitude that I'm going to, that I'm doing something that I think is positive, and feel love for all the people that are there, and feel united. And if you focus on those type of feelings in whatever action you take, whatever action the Holy Spirit guides you to take, if you ask for the Holy Spirit's guidance, then you can do it with happiness and love, rather than more unloving feelings. It's like the saying, be the change you want to see in the world. That doesn't just mean do good things or do what you want other people to do. It means be the change. If you want a happier world, be happy. If you want a more peaceful world, be peaceful. It's not about what you do. It's about what's going on in your mind and in your feelings. So always choose love. Always choose forgiveness. Ask the Holy Spirit's help for you to choose those things and not detour into fear or judgment. And if you do, it's okay. You just ask the Holy Spirit's help to bring you back into love and fear, and to undo the effects of any judgmental thoughts. And just keep going every day. Every day, is another opportunity to practice. And that's what I'm doing. And I invite you to do the same. I promise you it'll make you happier. Okay, now I've noticed a lot of people watching this channel, which is awesome. I hope you're enjoying the videos. Please feel free to always subscribe, ask questions, leave comments, let me know what you're thinking. Let me know if you need more explanation about something. I'm happy to make more videos and share more thoughts with you, and happy to answer any questions that you have. So see you in the next video. Take care. Be kind to yourself. I love you.